You know what, bro? You are God. And you know what? That's your fucking problem. You walk around here with your insecurities and shit, not knowing your power, and we continue to perpetuate a life that does not serve us because we've been conditioned to be okay with suffering. We feel like suffering is inevitable. We haven't yet raised collective consciousness to a point as to where we can all really understand what it means to have control over your mind and your perception, bro. Because when it comes to the things that we affirm, things that we choose on a day-to-day basis, like there's so much disparity in that because of so many different things, right? Lack of knowledge, lack of resources, lack of see how we live in a lack, bro, as a collective, as a unit. And even these perspectives right here that we're able to anchor, it's kind of like coming from this avenue of feeling like, dang, there's not enough of us motivated to really shift the realm in the ways that we want to see the realm shift. It's like everybody's yearning for the same thing. However, no one can come to a real, like, or not, let me not say no one, like, there are collectives that experience more distortion with coming together because of the disparity of, like, perception, disparity in how people perceive their own power, bro. Because people don't think that they're powerful, they sit here and they make it hell for everyone else. And I think that that is very telling as to the powers that be. Because I think I said this in my last video, where like we aren't realizing that, or it's like we collectively can't realize the malice that is going on because it is inherited within each and every single one of us. But we're all hybrids in some way, shape, or form. And what I mean by that is that there are some aspects of malice that we resonate with and some aspects of it that we don't. And regardless of which end of the scale that you perceive yourself to be, it is evident that certain collectives can't make a choice. And the ones that do, because speaking on the benevolent side, because as you can see, my embodiment, my embodiment is in alignment with sacred source ordained stewardship, bruh. We already know what we're be anchoring here. We know why we're here, and we've been doing it ever since we got here. So, when we're talking about like the collectives that are blatantly against the shifts that are going on, the quote unquote powers that be that have slithered their way into our governmental systems and have been governing our collectives for the over the course of linear time as we understand it, because speaking of history, right, like they've given us a specific form of history, and how much of us have been really willing to go beyond that and experience something completely different that's outside of the bounds that the lot of the logic that was given to you. Rewind that and re-listen to it again, bro, because at this point, like, the archives are here. Like, I've been archiving my work and my intentions and my archetype for years now, and if you are more privy to understanding things on the sense of linear time, then cool, you can see my different arcs, my different seasons here on my channel. However, you know, I'm no fucking savior, bro, but I something I say, something I do just might set you free, and that's for you to acknowledge for what it is, bro. Gangster. I don't know, got shit to do with me for real. Like, unless you are perpetuating harm or you are an actual colleague within the planetary stewardship that I'm aligned with. You know, choice is really yours. And I think the point of me even coming here and trying to talk to you about this is because it's like, bro, step the fuck up. Like, speaking as a non-monogamous, polygynous girly, like I really experienced such a, I don't know, weird energy with women in particular because I'm very grounded in, my current relationship with my masculine, and as a unit we make it a precedent to have goddesses in our lives, facilitate relationships with goddesses, healing the feminine energy. And for me, really unsubscribing to a lot of misogyny, inherited misogyny, right? Coming from a toxic masculine household, very like overly exerted feminine that honestly didn't have the protection that she truly deserved, and walking within the protection that my lineage has deserved, and experiencing just the kind of like, oh, I've went through what my mom has went through and then some, right? Obviously in different ways within like, this modern time, etc., etc. However, you can see the parallels in what you've inherited, right? And I was saying in my last video that I posted on my season life TikTok, where like you can really like collapse like Gregorian calendar linear time if you are willing and ready enough to face your lineage, you know what I'm saying, and understand what you have inherited and literally meet at the point that you guys are at right now within your evolution as a bloodline, right? So experiencing like, or being ahead of the complacency that my family has anchored, especially within like communication and just like real tribal dynamics. Like, I am far ahead in the paths of like releasing complacency regarding like keeping relationships in our lives, not giving up, and being divisive, right? Truly stepping up and fostering real connections that last, whether that be in business, romance, um, sisterhood, tribalhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are all things that I am very, 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 very passionate about, and I'm not looking for a connection with a goddess that is just like, still willing to go through the mundane shit that is being perpetuated on this realm. I'm looking for another alchemist as well too. I'm looking for a me. That's the real thing. If I could kiss myself, I already do. Let me kiss myself. But you know what I mean, what I'm saying? Like, and started building a dynasty that, well, the woman that like her kids are gonna be my kids, you know what I mean? Like, that shit really means a lot to me, bro. And I'm not just looking for, beings that find us attractive, handsome. We're looking for true warriors to fly alongside us in this incarnation. So, like, you know, you know, well, it's very interesting to maneuver through these spaces of relational dynamics because you never know how people are going to perceive you. You never know how people are going to perceive the choices that you make for your life. And it is just, honestly, obviously, I've experienced a lot of heartbreak. I've spoken about this on my pages before, not in any detail because fuck, like, there's no details to be had. Honestly, there's only the outlines, the neutral outlines of the experiences that have occurred for me. And, because I'm able to decipher and organize my ethers in this way is what makes me the omni lover that I am. You know what I mean? There's a lot of love to give over here and then some, and people are like, it's like simultaneously like in love and infatuated with the overflow that exists over here, however aren't willing to sacrifice the artificial egoic nature that keeps them from facing the reflection that this actually is, bro. Like, literally, there's a lot of women in my life, a lot of people that have been in my life that have not been willing to face me, bro. And that shit is so fucking heartbreaking. Like literally, like conversations that get to a point that's just like, I don't want to talk. I don't. Like get out of my, you know, like literally, like, and for me that is very triggering because as a kid, when my mom used to yell at me and shit, bro, when I tell you I was standing there and stare at her, bro, she, it's funny, it's funny because I love myself and I feel like that version of myself, those versions of myself, like she very much is. You could call me a brat. You could call me very much like a crybaby. Honestly, a little dramatic, very dramatic. You know, but it's kind of like when somebody is yelling at me, when somebody is inflicting like anger, it's kind of like I will literally internalize that shit. It's like, wow, your expression, your energy towards me, you're literally angry at me. Wow, that is really something for me to sit with, and I just can't believe it because I am such a ball of light, sunshine, and I do like everything in my power all the time to like make people laugh. I used to literally write that in kindergarten, bro. Like my dream is to make people laugh and smile. Like that's it. What else is it? Like I want to make people feel. Like that has evolved into like wanting to make people feel. Like as a filmmaker, I'm realizing and understanding just as a content creator, as a being, as a lover, as a friend, as a colleague, like as a sister. Like I can't control what my alchemy does to other beings, bro. I can't. Like it's gonna do what it does, and you have to be willing to face that and rise to the occasion of that. And you know, I do want to make more videos with Infinity. You know, we've been talking about that and just bringing some of the conversations that we have internally to the collective, sharing those perspectives, especially because like you know, we are beings, we are very, very loving beings. Like, we are looking for wives for sure. We're looking for our wives. Like, you know, we don't want the perceptions of like the society to get in the way of us building our dynasty. And that comes with divine transparency in who we are, what we go through, while also simultaneously establishing the protection and security that is required to maintain shit like this, bro. Literally, bro. Like this sacredness, this embodiment that we hold, these God bodies that we maintain, bro. This heavenly frequency that I'm able to emit right here, just sitting here talking to you, bro, is what it is, bro, and it deserves divine reciprocation. Like I'm tired of niggas playing with my body. I'm tired of niggas expecting like old versions of ourselves to continue to be here. Like I'm ready for the beings that are willing to face that evolution and still fucking be here and still show up facing their own evolution and time again rise into the occasion of the inevitable like alchemy within themselves, bro, because your power is only going to get stronger and stronger, bro, as you release the constraints that were set against you. Like we've inherited limitations. That's just an observation, bro. And the more that we fucking deny that and try to rewrite over it, like, oh no, that's not that. Like, there's the acceptance part before we rewrite shit, right? Like when it comes to the new aspect on my Substack, right? Like my gratitude journal, it's not just re-scripting things, like rewriting over shit. Like it's actually facing the shit that's in your life, bro. Like I scripting during those times, you seeing shit from like 2022, bro, 2021, like during those times were some of like the most hardest, difficult times of my life, bro. And as the warrior that I was, I got up, I stretched every day, and I literally like would script the life that I knew was already mine, that I was already truly embodying. I just didn't necessarily feel that way all the time. And because of that work that I put in, bro, not only writing but also holistically in my life, applying my own methods to myself, this is what got me here. And with that, I continue to embody and be an experience for my collective, bro. You know? And just like I inspire, I look to continue to be inspired. Like I'm in deep admiration for my lovers, bro. Like when I love somebody, yo, when I give my energy, put my attention towards somebody, like whether it be a lover, colleague, or tribal member, it's like I'm genuinely interested in your fucking archetype, bro. Like I'm actually like in deep admiration for not only what you embody right now, but also the potentiality of what you or an aspect of you is willing to become. And that's what I always see. Maybe that's my problem with the projections that I have from my reflections, because it's like I'm always in the mode of like being better and better and better, and that's not like any type of artificiality, like hustle mentality, you know? That's not a part of no artificial hustle mentality. It is literally divine courage to me. It's actual like warrior shit. Like being willing to alchemize the shit that was set against me, bro. Fuck all that, you know? And just like I guess my expectations of the beings around me is to always, just like me, be willing to evolve, always be willing to be held accountable. And I think that that shows in the body. It shows in the glow that we have, you know. Hmm. You know, life is really beautiful, and at the same time, you know, there's so much tediousness that goes into being incarnated here, bro. Because people not recognizing their power really just causes more restrictions than it has to be, yo. Because when I think about walking amongst gods, like the beings that I actually like want to be around, that I see myself in, for real, like there's only me and infinity right now in our dynasty, like that are truly choosing to like walk this realm with one another, bro. That understand this time and the power of like being a fucking unit, yo. That shit is so fucking powerful to me, yeah. You know, anchoring that land, Camp Infinite, like that is my goal right now. And I need people that want to be around me to see that, understand that, and honor that shit. Share my fucking shit, bro. Understand my message. Take the time to fucking read my shit. You know what I realized the other day? I'm like, yo, people dead ass don't read. And the only reason y'all would is because y'all want to be in my fucking business. That's why one of the aspects of season love like was sexy glitch in the matrix, because it's like, bro, when I realized that like, yo, people dead ass just want to be in my business, bro. Like that's when I created the stitch of like flirting with my audience, or like putting different teasing stuff within like my music and visuals and things of that nature, and just how I interact with my audience. You know, like, you know, I feel like a lot of that is me being non-monogamous. Like, you know, I just like with women, beautiful women specifically, love flirting with you guys, absolutely. But like, I guess in a general sense, I'm very like my magnetism just is what it is, and it's just so funny. It's really hilarious to me, like the extent of which like this realm goes. Like, cause I just got like a thought of like how you can I can say all of this, like all this can be said, and then somehow, some way, someone will still misinterpret and create a projection that they don't know how to collapse or not send. You know, and being a music artist in this form, like, bro, we got a lot of projections, especially when I'm doing live stuff, and which is my favorite part of like this whole entire thing, doing live events, performing, and like, you know, creating like events outside and stuff. Y'all remember my Get Big sessions and shit, which, you know, I definitely making a comeback. I'm very tedious with my shit, bro, because like I said, this energy is very sacred and people need to reciprocate that, you know? And I feel like that is often said by myself and Infinity a lot, because it genuinely feels like we have to like almost wait for the collective to raise their level of intelligence to understand why what we provide is valuable. And that right there sucks because it only shows how much the collectives that are around us and are interested in us, right? That want to be around us, don't actually understand what we provide. And even to the lengths that they do, they are still not at the level of comprehending like divine reciprocity. And even if they are at that level, they choose not to do it for whatever reasons and projections that go on within their ethers. This isn't just like some kind of narrative that is being created. This is like literally experience. I literally see myself through other people's content, bro. I can see how I have impacted people's lives who have never fucking like who don't reshare my shit on a consistent basis, who are not like reciprocating my energy. Don't ever send a donation. Don't ever like leave a comment. Express some sort of resonance because it's like they what? Literally what? I can't even speak for these niggas. I literally can't speak for these niggas, bro. Like it is what it is. Like this is a part of it. This is a big part of it. And if you read my Substack, you'll know that this type of talk here that we be having is absolutely a part of all and everything that I do. Having these tough conversations. You know? The next episode of the Money Hill, like the next few episodes, oh my gosh, all the next episodes of the Money Hill in my life, bro. Like I can already feel it, bro. Like there's no letting up on the expression this time around, bro. Took a break because I know that the rise is me. You niggas will wait on me. Fuck. Niggas is waiting on me to make a move. Like I'm not waiting on nothing, bro. I already am the fame. I'm already the fortune. And me having complete control and having complete confidence within my divine equilibrium is the prize. No, just because this realm tries to make it more uncomfortable to be within my divine embodiment doesn't mean the wealth is like changed. You know what I'm saying? Fuck a high rise building in NYC for real. Fuck them shits. Like, I'm trying to get niggas out the city so that we can literally uproot all of this off the earth and recalibrate it. Come on, bro. Can I have a wife that can think like that too? Can we build a sustainable ecosystem together? Please? Like, come on now, bro. Expansive mind. Expansive mind. But I have a performance on the 29th that you should come to because it's gonna be lit and it's gonna be great. So you should pop out, man. But I hope you guys enjoyed this season lifestyle episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.